Video's doing good. Trying to get the chat, guys, if you guys are watching. Give me a sec here. There you go. What's up, Rob? All right. So market with not too bad of an open. Basically flat, which is okay. I don't think we have to do anything outrageous to consider today. When MongoDB gapping up on a upgrade, apparently. We'll see if that does anything lately. Nothing's really let MongoDB make a move. KGKG leading our leaderboard today. And we have Netflix up a close second. Looks like touching that trend line. We'll see if we can get over it. Volume yesterday was pretty good. And Netflix did sell off quite a bit by the end of the day, but we'll see what happens with it here. Match.com taking it on the chin today. Pays had a very nice day yesterday. Pays bounced off of, I don't even know if this is a valid trend line, to be honest with you. I don't think it is, but it bounced off of it. And not quite sure if I should just ditch it. I probably should. Or if I should hold on to it. Let's just get rid of it. That's not a valid trend line. I couldn't get that to work yesterday. These charts are just too weird. But it did bounce all the way back. Gap down on pretty hard volume, came all the way back up today. Didn't really get over, it got over this resistance, but there's another little resistance point right there that did fail to break through. Not the end of the world. It does have to get through to some point, though, for us to go back up into healthier areas. Roku today looks like it's down after coming back pretty good yesterday. Today looked like it was going to maintain. Hopefully we hold up here. We got a little bit left to go in our channel. And so we'll see how that plays out over the rest of the week. Could be some topping action. That's a pretty good volume candle. Our buddy IIPR yesterday, out of that name, just ridiculous. Looks like Mongo's coming in a little bit more here. Nasdaq down 0.22%, not bad at all. We'll see what happens after that nice move yesterday. Come all the way back. It was pretty crazy. Didn't sell in the morning. Yeah, I agree with you, Rob, on Pays there. I'm a little cash short. I probably should just ditch the position because I have a very minimal loss at this stage of the game on Pays. Although, given the volume signatures of everything, I can't say it's necessarily a broken stock. I do have it until December, which is one of the reasons why I didn't ditch it the day before yesterday and yesterday. Because I do have it for so long. No, you guys can play a game or something, okay? It's like Snap pulling in a little bit after a pretty good day yesterday. Great volume extension over here. And it's just really good. Coming back in today a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't get too far. Nasdaq down 0.3%. Volume on Snap this morning is not nearly as high as yesterday. There's our high volumes yesterday. So this is technically a low volume pullback in Snap so far. Ideally, it'll find support sooner rather than later, though, obviously. MongoDB right back up towards the top. Let's go check out the general global watch list. Trip Adobe gapping up a little bit. So fun. Coop right up towards highs. ZTO looks like it's thinking about breaking that trend line right there on the daily chart. So our buddy Cyber, there's a nice channel for you. TD. Melly holding really tight up here. Really, really tight. That's pretty nice action. What's up, Eli? People of stocks. A little bit. We're down about 0.25% on the Nasdaq. We're seeing, we're seeing a couple of well, overall, yeah, I think the rally. I mean, the rally hasn't. It had a little pause. Even I think the word resuming is a little bit negative for what we've been going through recently. IIPR coming down from those really peak days, which was yesterday. Definitely some distribution up here. There's Snap. I was trying to get to Pays. There's Pays. Pays not doing too bad. Hopefully it can find some footing and continue going upwards here today. Did a pretty good job yesterday. A lot of selling came in the AM, but it kind of drifted off a little bit, which is I think why it started floating up. But still, you can't discount a stock that comes all the way back down on a day like that. That's pretty spectacular. Pretty spectacular. Netflix 0.48%. Looks like it's dropping. And we noted earlier that large sell block looks like it's going to continue. Failing that trend line again. It kind of failed it yesterday. Closing down off of the highs of the day. And today already gapping up and selling off. Not such a good technical action. Pays a pocket pivot. Pays has just had a ton of volume. Yeah, that would be a pocket pivot. That would be a pocket pivot. So another bullish day for Pays. But again, large volume in the morning there. Nasdaq 0.33%. To Pays Snap. Snap got going yesterday to the upside pretty nicely. Hopefully it'll find some footing here and at least go sideways for a couple days before maybe resuming an uptrend. I think the move I have on Snap up here to 16, we'll see if that happens. That's a measured move, essentially. Maybe a little rich, but we'll see how that one plays out. AMD. What just happened there? I think I accidentally overrode AMD. I'm not even quite sure how I did that. There we go. All right, so how did AMD end up? Ooh, this morning it is not ending up very good. Yesterday went pretty sideways. This morning, volume a lot less than yesterday, but looks like it's kind of cratering a little bit here. I think yesterday on AMD may have even been a pocket pivot. 86,444, 82. Yeah, I think yesterday on AMD was also a pocket pivot. It was higher than all of these down days, so pretty decent for a reversal. Is that? I'm not sure what CTAPPY is. That supposed to be choppy? Pocket pivot? I don't know. Yeah, so market playing some interesting games this morning. Winnebago coming right back after gapping lower, opening lower, now already higher than yesterday. Again, Winnebago, great action. Look at the volume this morning too. It's really good. Hopefully it'll maintain up there. That's good. ESNT, Netflix, 0.22%. That's okay. No problem, Rob. So make sure I understand what you're saying correctly. SIVB, ZTO, MongoDB, Cron, up a little bit here. Whoops. Things move around too much. CGC, moving up, not that much really. Boeing with a great move yesterday. I was actually looking at Boeing's chart yesterday, pre-market. I'm like, oh, that setup's not bad. It's kind of little mini inverted head and shoulders type of a thing, and lo and behold, it breaks out from that. Eli Lilly coming all the way back down after the weirdest volume move in the history of mankind. There's MJ, 0.7%. Still not going directional on us. What's low today? Chinese. YY. XON. Forget what they do. Carvana, which you said yesterday was looking good. Today, looking not so good. Pretty decent reversal day for Carvana, and then today just taking out all of yesterday. So I guess we'll see what that does beyond. Beyond with a reversal day, big gap up and then a big sell-off. Don't have volume here, but I really hate that I don't have volume here. That's really annoying. It's like, why wouldn't I have volume? You piece of crap. All right, O'Reilly. Ooh, taking on the chin. O'Reilly with a head and shoulders pattern, pretty firmly in place with a very deep right shoulder point or right neckline point. Yeah, I was thinking something like that myself, Eli. I'm like, oh, Trump's gonna talk to Xi Jinping. Maybe we should get in the stock bunker, which is called cash. So IPR dropping a little bit lower there. IQ lower. IAC lower. Of course, I'm starting at the bottom going up, so. I have 0 water. I may have to rectify that here in a minute. Twitter, the proud makers of Bootstrap, not monetizing that platform very well. That was Roku we were looking at for a second. I wanted to go back to Roku. Tesla's down today, 1.52%. Maybe it'll bounce. Maybe it'll come down and give us a lower buying opportunity. HD Stitch Fix. There's Roku. Living lower. Not super happy with that. The volume is manageable, however. Yeah, definitely manageable this morning. You see how low it is compared to previous opens. So hopefully this is just a nothing event. Come on, Roku. Need one nice pop out of you. EDG. Xilinx still hanging out near that 200-day moving average. Happy down there. Happier than a pig in slop. To keep this program kid-friendly. All the kids out there trading stocks this morning. All right, Eli. I'll take that side of the trade on you. My risk is minimal. Funko stalled out the other day. Sienna's still up there towards the highs. Nice gap up. Not bad. Man, it's just a painful exercise in looking at horrible charts. Let's go from the top down. That's a lot more fun. Mongo coming back. Go, Mongo, go. ZTO, like I said, looking a lot better there with that trend line. See if it's able to get over it. It's hasn't had tremendous runs. It only has had like 1 or 2 pops of any substance. Hopefully that'll change, but nothing yet. Either ain't it? Blah blah blah. Boring day today. I was bored 5 minutes in. I'm still bored. Our buddy Shen, how are you destroying yourself today? Very nicely, very nicely. Eli, you may be interested to know I'm having the very back end of my application being written in Go. So that's pretty cool. I kind of like that. Feels a little more professional. EDU, not looking too bad. One of the better ones. I mean, yeah, just weird stuff today. I'd like MongoDB to hold up for obvious reasons. And Roku, I'd like Roku to get a little healthier. Actually, those are 2 of my largest positions. And then after that, I've got Netflix. Yeah, it goes pretty. I like it too. I don't know anything about it, but I've got a gentleman who's actually offering to be co-founder of the business, which is pretty cool. The guy writing the back end in Go. So that's pretty fun. And he's going to take care of all that back end, help me on the front end stuff, so pretty nice. Yeah, I will when I got time. All right, now I'm still trying to fuddle around with Vue and JavaScript. I just ran into a weird issue where instead of parentheses, calling a function really set me up for 30 minutes of confusion. So, yeah, I'll get there. I don't know, hopefully I can just drive the business forward and can let Adrian deal with the Go. Pretty boring day today. Netflix, Disney positive. Started out the day negative. And it's barely positive. But still positive. This is true. This is true. Very easy to confuse me. You should see the cats play with me. I'm hilarious. Roku position. I'm down 1.63% on my Roku position. Darn it, Eli. You're messing with me here, buddy. All right, I'm gonna go rectify my water position, guys. I'll be back. Okay. I didn't drown any. I just had to go down to the river to fill up my glass of water. That's all. And in Arizona, so the river was in Colorado. So gone quite a while. Sorry about that, gentlemen. All right, market 0.16%. Tilray up 4.45%. Yeah, I went down to the Salt River, and it was more salt than river these days, so had to keep walking. Cool. Roku down 0.32% now. MJ looks like the market is finding a few feet, if that's even a thing. MongoDB getting towards highs. If it can maintain up there, that would be great. Netflix doing good. Winnebago, there you go, starting to sustain above yesterday's high, which is really good for WGO. Netflix, it's back up towards high-ish of the day. We'll see if it'll maintain or fall back down into it. Still looking pretty strong up here. ESNT just chopping its way higher. That I've got that trend line on the daily chart that seems to be working. Disney not falling apart is a positive. iRobot pretty stagnant up here most of the day yesterday. Hasn't quite broken out of this low range here. Earnings are coming up in about a month or so. Atlassian, Upland, Amarin stalling out a little bit. ServiceNow yesterday went into highs. Tried to break out. Didn't quite get there in terms of the volume. Looks like it fell a little bit shy. I don't know, what's 40% over 17? 2.3. Yeah, almost. Not quite though. Not quite there. A little more volume push probably could have moved it above, but today looks like ServiceNow isn't gonna run hard. We got our buddy Roku, which hopefully stabilizing. I mean, it's nothing wrong with Roku. Still within the channel. Going nice and sideways. Pretty good day yesterday, coming all the way back after being down pretty significantly, at least on this chart. But I really try to focus on this chart. I just use this for usually volume signatures. CMG rolling over ever so slightly. So yeah, much of the same today as it was earlier today. Matched the big loser of the day, down 2.59%. I'll take a MongoDB in an uptrend though. I would enjoy that. That would be very good. Oh, I'm down 6% in Roku now. Darn it. Whatever will we do? I'm up 3% in my Riot trade. I think that's funny. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Riot. It's not behaving normally. I mean, maybe Bitcoin has that big... If you guys saw my video about the parabolic run, maybe it will... if it does that, maybe then Riot will get some momentum. Other than that, Bitcoin's been in a huge uptrend. No, I still have that long from when we did it last October. I think it was October. Remember we put that long in? Well, it's a company. It's not actually Bitcoin, so there's probably some other stuff in the mix there. Penny stock's gonna penny out, maybe. Hope it does good. I don't know. It's a $115 trade. So, and that's actually I'm up $15 on that. It's like a $100 trade. $111.52 is my value of the trade. Oh, Alibaba's doing an 8-to-1 stock split? They're not that expensive. Why are they doing that? That seems ridiculous. They're going to make it a $20 stock? That's dumb. Why would they do that? Oh, 1-to-8 stock split. So they're going to make themselves a more relevant stock by by reducing float and making them, well, what's 163 times 8? They're like, we want to be priced as much as Facebook is. So we're going to make ourselves a $1,300 stock and make ourselves seem more important to people. It's really funny because back before, I would say the early to mid 2000s, everybody wanted to be a $50 to $60 stock. If they got too high, 150, 200, $250, they would split their stocks so they'd get back into the $50, $60 range. Now, Baba's doing a 1-for-8 stock split, so they can be a $1,000 stock. That's crazy. To have capital raising flexibility. Whatever that means. Okay. Regardless, it doesn't really matter that much, to be honest with you. All right, hold on. I think the kids are fighting. All right. Fell back in the lake again. Damn lake. Snap down 1.82%. INS. That slow down. Oh yeah, I guess finding some support there. Volume's getting minimal. Still no options for INS. Yeah, wait to see a nice pocket pivot in INS before you even think about taking a position. There's AMD again. So looks like we're just going to flounder about here for today. Maybe the rest of the week we'll have to wait and see. That move yesterday, a lot of people probably got their fill of some of the stocks that they wanted. So we'll see if it's going to we'll continue with the rally, or we'll just maybe slowly float up. I think a slow float up at this point would be pretty good. Let's take a look at the broader NASDAQ. IIPR, yeah, that thing yesterday had a pretty clear sell signal early on in the morning, but it pretty much maintained. It's not doing too bad. It could form a head and shoulders here on the 5-minute chart, kind of at a local top. But you can see very early on there was a pretty massive volume candle, and it was a big sell candle too right there. The second candle of the day on the 5-minute chart, just a huge sell came in, and then another. Not sure if that's a sell or a buy candle right there. Probably a little bit of support, but that puts in kind of the bottom for the day. We undercut very slightly and then bounced back up before failing again. It's doing okay. It's not broken yet. If we consolidate here for another leg, that's ridiculous. Well, AMD is already trying to come back. It's the one in a large base structure trying to break out of it right now. So I think that's, I don't know about winning, but it's winning the chart battle right now. Although not quite technically. Even though yesterday was a pocket pivot. Pocket pivots don't always go up immediately after. They can sometimes take a week or two to see some results. But they're always good indicators if you're looking at a strong stock. Pocket pivot's always a good indicator. See, like right here, you had a very strong pocket pivot. Huge volume on that one, double average volume. And then it just chops in lower volume for 3 days, then takes you on this much larger uptrend right there. So you have to be a little patient with them. I like this one, though, better than this one. This one comes immediately after a fairly deep downtrend. And then you have a more minor pocket pivot, but still a pocket pivot. It's harder to gain momentum if you're dropping. This one went pretty much sideways and then popped. That's a little bit easier to get going. Netflix looks like they bounced back, and maybe trying to go above the trend line. That would be super duper. NASDAQ 0.19%, so good stuff for the NASDAQ. Oh yeah, I was going to look at the broader NASDAQ chart. Just kind of see where we're at in the cycle and stuff like that. See the volume signature from a big term perspective. Bollinger Bands are very distracting. What if I can just mute it? So it gets a 20-day moving average. And click on Show Study. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that gets rid of the studies. I'll pull that off on the other screen for right now. And I can't click on it. All right, there we go. So quite a bit of turnover right here. Very nice market action. We have had such a massive bull run. It was nice to see a full-blown correction. Believe it or not, this is very healthy, a washout, about 25% washout for the markets. That's extraordinarily healthy and really could set us up for much larger gains in the next year and a half or so. Maybe a few months here. Maybe. I mean, the best case scenario, in my opinion, is we do some weird stuff, and then maybe we get the October rally going on into next year. Although next year is an election year, which is going to throw a wrench into things, and we'll have to see how that plays itself out. So election years, I'm going to do some Googling here. Stock market election years. I think election years are neutral to negative, if I'm not mistaken. And then after elections, the first year is very positive because everyone has directions on what to do with their money. It says during election years. It's before the election? Market actually did very good in election year. Actually, I'll pull up what I found. I'm not even sure if this is the relevant article, but all right. It's too much Eli. Too much Eli. Oh, you like that, Eli? Good. It's actually doing pretty good. For a guy that doesn't post a whole lot anymore, it's gotten a little more traction than my normal videos do. What did you like the thumbnail? Health concerns with 5G? Really, I was unaware of that. So here's the election years. I thought the election years themselves were down. You're slacking on one of my public videos, Rob? I thought I thought after the election. Well, actually, I guess next year would. Well, anyway, so we got. I mean, massively good returns generally. -8%. That's the Great Depression. 1940 was down. And that's about it. Obama made the stock market tank 37. That's just a fact. I mean, it's right there for you guys. So hundreds of birds fell from the sky. What? I gotta look that up. So I don't know. Maybe the hypothesis. See, this is following a pattern in election years. Presidential election cycle theory. There you go. Oh, that's all there is. One in two of a presidential term, the president exits campaign mode and works hard to fulfill campaign promises before the next election begins. It's theorized that because the circumstances surrounding the president's work the first year after the election is the weakest of the presidential term, with the second being not much better. Market's racist. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, given this action, there's like I said, decent possibility. Markets, there is one cycle that is usually, it wasn't right last year. It was October to April. You make the most money than from April to October. Let's Google that one. October effect. Let's see what they say about the October effect. They don't say much. Investopedia, not very graphy. I don't know. I'm not going to go in a crazy Google search. All right, let's see what we got right now. Pays and snap down quite a bit. And it looks like it's down towards the low of the range right there. Oh, sitting in a microwave. Yeah, that wouldn't be so good. NASDAQ 0.27%. Disney kind of hanging in the middle of its range today. And we got Snap trying to roll over and go a little bit lower. Pays also kind of just hanging out. Roku down 0.48%. There's Eli shorting it right there. Our buddy Mongo. Not looking too bad, although I don't like that yesterday. Johnny Mnemonic? I know of it. I'm not sure if I've seen it, though. Netflix. IPR. Winnebago. Strong. The force is strong with this one. Everyone should have just listened to Ted and bought Winnebago. It's been in just a great uptrend. And it looks like it's still rocking. This thing's definitely flying under the radar. All right, here's up today. Adobe looks like it's bouncing back. Had a little sell-off earlier. Winnebago also leading my charts there, SNCR. ZTO still chopping away at that trend line right there. That's not bad. And Mongo doing. All right, guys. I think I'm going to bounce out of here unless you guys have any more questions. Want me to look at something. A little boring today. Yesterday was a fun day. Today a little bit boring. Which isn't the worst thing in the world. Yes, Ethan.
Can I bring can I bring a juice to school in a bottle?
In a bottle? Just take a juice box or a juice pack. You want to bring it in that?
Yeah, but I'm not going to fill the whole thing. I'm going to fill it like up to here.
Well, then what's the point? If you're not going to fill the whole thing.
So I can have a snack and a drink.
I'll tell you what. Take the cup with you. Take a juice thing with you and empty it in the cup when you get to school.
But I don't like those juice things.
Okay. ESNT. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's still riding the trend lines, riding that 50-day moving average up. So nothing's really broken with it yet. It's just, you see here, it just kind of chopped its way higher. You're just in another one of those situations where it's just kind of hanging out. But I mean, the volume signature is fairly healthy, you know. So it's not going to give you exciting returns, but the way it's acting, it's going to give you good returns. Winnebago up 4.25%. That thing just having great moves. Yeah. So ESNT is going to bore you to death, but you should be profitable in the end the way it's behaving, which is fine. You don't need to make exciting profits, but maybe wait for a pullback closer to the trend line though if it's going to bounce off of this. You don't want to be shaken out again and take 2 losses on one trade if you can avoid that. Because that's about 6% down to that prior low. You should have higher lows every time. So, yeah, I'm not sure what your trading plan was for that one there, Rob. I don't know if you got in like up here, and you taking that loss down there. You kind of have to, which is why your entrances have to be a little bit more disciplined if that was the case. But sometimes you just get unlucky too. sometimes there's that. But really being disciplined on the stocks that you want to watch and take positions in is really advantageous. Just hawk them, and then when they hit your spot, which would be here, you take it. You have to take it. Then you maybe could have withstood that at about 6% or something like that. So a wider stop would have done okay. Somewhere on the chart is usually best. That 8% stop loss rule is just kind of a maximum thing for the account. So if your maximum stop loss is going to be 8%, make sure your good stop is within 8%. So anyway, yeah, the whole point there remains 49 something. And you got stopped out of that. Yeah, you should have gone wider. You should have gone at least that 6% right there. You should have gone into that low to give it, or at least to the trend line. If you were following the trend line here, at least to the trend line or the 50 or the 50 day. Never even got close to the 50 day. It's kind of riding it too much. Yeah, it just depends. Everyone's strategy is a little bit different, Eli. I like my because I do options. My stop loss is not 8%. It's sometimes much wider than 8%. But I like to risk less than 20% for gains of over 100%. So it's a 5-to-1 general risk on each trade, which is pretty good. If the market will work with me on that one. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Kids got some questions and stuff. I'm gonna go deal with them, and I'll see you guys later in the Crypto Power Hour. And stay safe out there, guys. Have a good day.